government could lease this land to grow maize and wheat. But it's our hope that the Cereal Growers Association, you will allow private growers to come and lease it from you for 10 years, and they will invest the money, but it allows them to have security of tenure on this 500,000 acres of land where they can grow maize and wheat, which will really enhance food security in this country. So it's under your ministry, you can have a look at it, sir. The second one, the Fertilizer Association have mentioned that fertilizer prices have really collapsed. They're back to where they were 2 or 3 years ago. So they're requesting government, instead of just giving it to the subsidy program to only 2 companies, there are 9 new fertilizer blending factories in this country. Over R1 billion has been invested in the last 2 years in new fertilizer blenders. If you can allow that your government business to be spread over the 9 or 10 factories instead of just being concentrated in the hands of 2 companies. And secondly, there's roughly about 8,000 agrovet dealers who are doing nothing because your distribution network is through KNTC and NCPB. And we're hoping, Buenos Aires, through your e-voucher system, that you will allow the agro dealers back into the distribution network so they can also distribute your government fertilizer through their chains, and along with that, they can sell their produce. So again, this is a request from the ground, from the agrovet dealers, that if you can involve them in the distribution of fertilizer. We have Paloma Fernandez from the Cereal Millers Association. As you know, there is a grain shortage in the world, and I'm hoping that between your office and the Cereal Millers Association, we can have a dialogue on how to improve food security and food imports. And I'm hoping with the help of Priscilla in your office that we can engage the cereal millers and see us to have a meeting soon, please. I raised a point earlier, sir, that it's going to be a bumper harvest this year of maize. What are we going to do with this massive amount of maize? We need to store it, we need to buy it, and I'm happy that you've created a food security committee under your ministry, where I think ASNET is a member of. But we've gone to Parliament and we've gone to Treasury asking for funds that we can mop up all this extra maize. I think we've asked for 14 billion shillings or something, Buenos Aires. But as I request as ASNET that the sooner we get the money allocated to us, September, October isn't far. We need to get this maize dried, maybe not on the road, but somewhere else. We need to get this maize dried and then stored in the NCPB go down. So we're really requesting government, particularly Treasury, to allocate funding for that, to buy up all this extra maize, so that we have enough stores for maize. And finally, Buenos Aires, since you're here, the coffee sector is under, of course, having some reforms discussions. We had a big seminar in Meru 2 weeks ago. There is a request from the private sector that you involve everybody in those discussions, including the large growers of coffee. They were excluded. So if you allow, please, Buenos Aires, if you can talk to the Deputy President to involve everybody in coffee into that task force, that would be much appreciated. So Buenos Aires, there's no such thing as a free breakfast. We've come here with a list of demands. We hope that you will listen to our pleas as a private sector. Finally, Buenos Aires, it's my great honor to welcome you on stage. But before that, I again wanted to mention that under your leadership, Buenos Aires, we've seen a lot more engagement with private sector, which we really appreciate. We understand the communication between your office and the PSs and directors has really improved. The harmony in your ministry is excellent, and we're very proud and grateful that you've taken over the leadership, and for that we're very grateful, Buenos Aires. And we want you to stay for the next 5 years here. Do not move from that ministry, please. So once again, on behalf of the private sector and ASNET, we want to thank you for coming to be our chief guest today, and we welcome you on your stage. Is there a video for the CS, or can I just introduce him on stage? Thank you, Buenos Aires. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He has worked with several insurance companies, has served as Igembe South Member of Parliament, and later on as the Meru County Senator. Please welcome Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Mithika Linturi.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.